From across the nation and around the world, for Pacifica Headlines, I'm Jesse Lent.
This is an AI research center at Sharif University, and you can see what the enemy has done with it. I'm a teacher myself, and the students ask me about the war. I believe that although we're seemingly in a ceasefire, our war is not over yet.
A woman attending a funeral procession for Ayatollah Ali Khamenei in Iran's capital city of Tehran yesterday speaks to Al Jazeera in front of a pile of rubble behind a metal gate. Funeral services are being held throughout the week as Khamenei's coffin is displayed at several Islamic holy sites throughout the region and in funeral processions through the streets of Tehran for thousands of spectators. Peace talks between the U.S. and Iran are currently on hold until the national funeral services for Khamenei have concluded. Al Jazeera is reporting that an LNG carrier was attacked near the Omani coast while exiting the Strait of Hormuz yesterday. The country's IRIB state broadcaster reported that the vessel came under attack after allegedly disregarding warnings. Citing an unnamed U.S. official, the Wall Street Journal reports that Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps had fired at two commercial ships near the strait. There was no immediate comment from Iranian officials on the alleged attacks. Local inhabitants of Christian-majority villages along Lebanon's southern border continue to issue statements rejecting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's claim in a Fox News interview on Sunday that they have sought Israeli protection and are in favor of Israel's occupation of the region. Residents of the border villages remain committed to the Lebanese state and its legitimacy and have never deviated from this position despite the difficult conditions imposed by Israel's assault. The municipalities representing Christian border villages in southern Lebanon wrote in a joint statement to Turkey's Anadolu news agency. The statement added that they, quote, hold firmly to Lebanon as their homeland and reject any attempt to distort their position or exploit their suffering for agendas that have nothing to do with them. A car is ignited by an explosive device in Damascus today, in social media footage verified by Al Jazeera. The news outlet reports that at least two explosive devices have gone off in the Syrian capital as French President Emmanuel Macron visits the country. Syria's Interior Ministry said at least 18 people, including 4 police officers, were wounded in the blast, which detonated near the country's Ministry of Tourism and the Elysee Palace, the central Damascus hotel where Macron is staying, according to the BBC. Macron is the first leader of an EU country to visit Syria since the end of Bashar al-Assad's 24-year rule. Last week, a bomb blast at a crowded cafe in central Damascus killed at least 9 people and injured 22 others, according to Syrian state media. The reasons for the bombing are reportedly unknown. About advanced AI models such as Anthropic's Mythos, whose cyber capabilities have become so powerful that access to some of them has been restricted. According to a report yesterday from Politico, a woman who dated U.S. Senate candidate Graham Platner of Maine says he forced her to have sex with him nearly 5 years ago, despite her repeated objections, an allegation Platner denied in a post yesterday on X.
Regardless of the inaccuracy of the reporting, but mindful of the political reality it will inflict, we are taking the time to reflect on the best path forward.
Last month, the New York Times interviewed 3 women who had been romantically involved with Platner, who described volatile and, quote, toxic relationships that were unsettling and at times emotionally wrenching. Massachusetts Senator Elizabeth Warren, Arizona Senator Ruben Gallego, and Congressman Ro Khanna of California are among the Democratic officials who said they were pulling their endorsement and called on Platner to drop out of the race. And President Donald Trump announced yesterday that he is building a helipad on the White House lawn.
Beautiful helipad. And it's got the seal of the White House on it, in granite, in carved granite. It's really a beautiful thing. And I'll tell you, Sikorsky is paying for it. You know why? Because they didn't tell us how powerful these helicopters were, and they felt a little bit guilty. They sold us I like power, by the way. I think it's great for a helicopter.
According to the Washington Post, the White House sped up construction of the new helipad in anticipation of a, quote, upcoming state visit requiring crews to work around the clock and driving the cost of the $13 million project up by $875,000, according to a contractor's records obtained by the Washington Post. Those are the latest Pacifica headlines for the Pacifica Network. I'm Jesse Lent.